Greetings, comrades! This is Unforgiving Caleb, and you see it in all its glory. So after months of saving up, deciding what parts to get, and dealing with a few personal issues, my new PC, Antaeus, is finally complete. It took quite a bit of time to set up, but it was worth it in the end. And it blows Proteus right out of the water. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy, still doing a little congestion, but I'll get through with it, you know. Happens to me every winter. But anyway, Antaeus is finally complete, got all the parts I've wanted, and then some. And while it didn't completely go the way I wanted it to with a few parts, it still turned out great, and it was worth the hassle. So, let me show you all the parts I got for Antaeus.
Okay, so for the CPU I went for the AMD Ryzen 7 7700X and 8-core 16-thread processor. For the CPU cooler, I went for the Deepcool Zero Dark AK620. For the motherboard, I got the GIGABYTE B650 AORUS Elite AX. For the RAM, I got 2 packs of G.Skill Trident Z5 Neo RGB 6000 MHz. Say that 3 times fast. And a total that's 64 gigs of RAM. And for the graphics card, I got the GIGABYTE RTX 4070 Eagle OC 12G, 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Now for the power supply, I decided to go big and go for the Corsair RM1000X ATX fully modular power supply. Now for storage, I got an M.2 drive and 2 SATA solid state drives. For the M.2 for the OS and programs, I went for the Western Digital Black SN850X 2TB M.2. Now for games and other stuff, I got 2 of the TEAMGROUP QX 4TB SATA solid state drives. Now for the case, this is probably the hardest choice for me, but I ultimately went for the Be Quiet Pure Base 500 FX. Really good case, comes with 4 pre-installed fans, and plenty of room for cable management and installing all of your components and whatnot. And of course for the OS, I decided to go for Windows 11 because it's up to date, and let's be honest, Windows 10, with it not getting updates anymore, it's probably not going to be a safe choice for me. Now, you don't really need these for this build, but I decided to go for them. For extras, I got a separate PCIe solid state drive SATA bracket, and I got 2 more of the Be Quiet Pure Wings 120mm fans with RGB, of course. So the grand total of all the parts I got for Antaeus and the few extras, the grand total of Antaeus was $2,235.60.
And there you have it, quite a selection of parts. I definitely went for the 7700X, the 8-core 16-thread processor. I would have gone for a 7800X 3D, but that'd be a little overkill for what I'm going for. But if things don't work out with this CPU, I can always just get the 7800X 3D, since they're both AM5 socket chips, and they'll work with this B650 motherboard from GIGABYTE. And the 4070, yeah, awesome card for the price. Yeah, I could have gone for an AMD card, but I wanted to give the RTX line another try. And like I said before, I wanted to get a 4070 for Antaeus, and here it is. 12 gigabytes of VRAM, and yeah, playing Cyberpunk 2077, Ray Tracing Ultra, looks amazing. And Teardown runs a lot better than Proteus, but there's still bits of slowdown here, but that's kind of to be expected. You know, it's a pretty GPU intensive game. I'm sure even a 4090 would struggle with it sometimes, depending on the explosions and stuff. And Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2, I can run around 5 million units before it goes moderately slow in the morning, so it's playable. But I haven't played too many games on it, but they never look substantially better thanks to the higher VRAM and power of the 4070. It's not really noticeable. So far I only tried Borderlands 3, and it definitely looks better with the badass preset, and yeah, definitely plays well. And still installing some games. I'm gonna try some more graphic intensive games because, as I mentioned in the video regarding them, the solid state drives, the mounting bracket that came with the 500FX here, with the motherboard cable I have, it was impossible to put that plate back on, so I had to get a separate bracket to install the SSDs. You can see them right there under the graphics card. You know, those cables there, yeah. Those are the 2 4TB SSDs I have. So yeah, 2 terabytes in the M.2, 8 terabytes of those 2 SSDs. That's 10 terabytes of data storage. That's kind of overkill, but you know, given how big games are these days, it never hurts to have plenty of storage. That, and you know, with all the video editing I'm doing, I have plenty of storage for like clips and stuff and all that. And yeah, running DaVinci Resolve runs a lot better on here thanks to the increased thread and core count, which it ran pretty good well with the 3600 on Proteus, but here even more so. Plus the 64 gigabytes of RAM, definitely plus. I probably should have gone with regular RAM because you can see here the AK620, it kind of blocks off some of the RAM sticks, so you can barely see the light, but you know, it does a trick. And yeah, it's nice that everything's in sync with the lighting. So you know, black and blue is kind of my MO for the setup. And yeah, with the Gigabyte Command Center, I could easily adjust the RGB for the motherboard, the RAM, and the graphics card, so it all matches. Plus the fans here, the LED lights on here, they're all controlled by the RGB fan that comes with the case. And there's a little button up here where I press it and it'll switch to a large selection of presets. You got your rainbow, got this breathing, different colors. Got this like cotton candy style, you know. Then you have 4 different settings here. You got still, breathing, this kind of pulse, and this other pulse that I really like. You have white, red, green, blue, and orange. Of course, I'm going with blue because, again, black and blue is my MO. And I really like the minimalistic I/O up here. There's no reset button, it's just a power button. Then you have your USB 3.0 up here, a Type-C port up here, then you got the microphone and headphone jacks up here, plus the LED button. And yeah, I really love building in this case. It's really good. Plenty of room for cable management. You know, the tempered glass side panel is easy to take off and put back on. And even the back side panel is pretty easy to put on too, though you gotta make sure those hooks are in perfectly before you close it up. And really good case to build in. You know, if you're looking for a good case, it's around $100, $150. I can't recommend this case enough. It's pretty big. It's wider than the old NZXT Phantom 410, but there's still plenty of room. It's not super huge. Again, there's plenty of room to work your cable management. You got the PSU shroud down here. You got the included SSD mounting bracket as well as a hard drive cage, but I took both of those out because I don't need those. You have plenty of room to work in. You know, you have a room for graphics cards up to 310 millimeters. As you can see, my card's not nearly long enough. And up to 170 millimeters for the coolers. That's 160 millimeters at AK620, so it fits perfectly. And yeah, plenty of airflow thanks to this large open front panel with the 3 fans blowing air in. Now, this case comes with 1 fan. I believe it's a 140 millimeter fan. I just noticed a little bigger than the other ones. But I got 2 more the light wing stands to put on the top because I like 3 for intake, 3 for exhaust. So maximum airflow there. But yeah, I'm really satisfied with this build. And say what you will about Windows 11, but it works pretty well on this computer. I haven't had any issues yet. Just knowing Microsoft, there are probably a few issues here and there with their operating systems. But anyway, that is Antaeus, comrades. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally here. And it was so worth it. It's nice to have a pretty competent PC. Yes, it cost well over $2,000, but hey, it was worth it. So all you console fanboys saying, oh, it must be nice to have a $2,000 gaming PC. You know what? You're right. It is nice to have a $2,000 gaming PC. That being said, I still plan on getting an Xbox Series X later down the road, or maybe Microsoft's next console, whatever it may be, because rumors are true and that Microsoft is kind of putting the Xbox Series on the wayside for something else. We'll see how that goes, but I still plan on getting an Xbox Series X later down the road. Maybe when income tax comes around, we'll see. So anyway, this is Unforgiven Caleb signing out. Y'all have a good day.
Suck it up, life's tough, we know that. Someone's got better stuff and can throw cash. Tell them I don't give a fuck, make my own path. I don't need no handouts, I'm my own man. Gotta get it, I'll get it and fast, yeah. Got a girl and she'll get it, she bad, yeah. Man, I only get down with the best, I'ma leave the complaints with the rest,